Hey everybody, welcome back. Because it's fall, today we're going to be making pumpkin spiced mead.
No, Hodge, you will not be making pumpkin spice mead. You will be making the dango mango mead properly, with coconut this time.
But it's fall. What about pumpkin spice? Okay, we will not be making pumpkin spiced mead. We will be making dango mango mead with coconut. Okay, and hey, one quick question, since we're talking about coconuts. What is the average airspeed velocity of a laden European swallow?
Well, I don't know.
Let's go make some mead. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dave Hodgkins. This is Hangin with Hodge. I'm glad you came to hang out today. So, come for the mead, stay for the epic movie references. Absolutely. So, if you get the movie, and you probably do, leave your favorite line from the movie down below in the comments. 42 points to anybody who leaves a comment with their favorite line. So, hey, in one of our previous videos, we talked about the dango mango mistake that I had made. However, this was a happy mistake, and I'm glad to say that it came out really well. I'm going to do a tasting of it with you now, and then we're going to bottle it later. Now, when I moved it over to the carboy, it was at 1.014, and it is still there 3 weeks later, so this is done. It's ready to be bottled. I've gone ahead and added in stabilizers into it. So I've added potassium sorbate and potassium metabisulfite. This way here we'll know that it doesn't renew fermentation, and we don't end up with any bottle bombs, because remember, bottle bombs are bad. We don't want them. So, but let's go ahead and give it a taste and see how it came out. Actually, I know how it came out. We're going to use our wine thief here. Put that right in here. And again, everything around here, make sure that everything, before you do this, is sanitized. So I spray everything down with Star San sanitizer water, and make sure that everything stays nice and clean. So looking at this, now today I'm actually drinking from my latest glass, Valhalla, where the gods go to drink. So we've got this really cool meadery here in Kalamazoo Portage area, and they have a tap room, and it's called Valhalla. And they're actually getting ready to open up this really cool one beginning of next year. But for right now, in their current location, it's just a really cool place. And I got to go there. I got to meet Tom, one of the owners, sat down. He showed me the pictures of what they're opening up in downtown Kalamazoo. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's just a really great place to go. Very friendly. The people there are wonderful. And they've got some really good meads there. You've got to check out the Holy Grail mead. So going along with our theme for today, you've got to check out the Holy Grail mead. It is really good. They've got full flights. When we went, if you did a flight, you would get 4 different types of mead. They had 10 ready. If you did 2 flights, you got all 10 of the meads that they have available. And I think there might have been one that I didn't care for, but all the other ones were really good. So if you get a chance, you're out in the Kalamazoo area, make sure to look up Valhalla, go in there, talk with Tom and the other folks. They're wonderful people. So let's go ahead and do a tasting of our mead here. This is the dango mango mead. So when we made this one, this was our happy mistake of mango, nectar, and pineapple juice. And we started off with an original gravity reading of 1.144 bringing it down, and the current gravity reading is 1.014. So do the math, and it comes out to about 17%. So looking at this here, give it a swirl, and we're going to look at the legs of this, and that's when you swirl the alcohol, when you swirl the wine or the mead around in your glass here, and you're looking to see at how long it takes for it to start coming down the side. Those are called the legs. And this has got some real, and you want to see about how fast it comes down as well. Are they skinny? Are they wide? And this has got some really nice legs on it. As you can see, this is really clear. This came out really nice. And it's got a great bouquet aroma to it. You can really smell each of the elements in here. And so we're going to go ahead and give it a taste as well. And knowing that I already like it, I said it came out well. If you remember, when we bottled it, we had a full gallon and about a quarter or about a half gallon jar, so another quarter gallon. Yeah, well, we already drank the other quarter gallon and it was good. So this is that happy mistake Dango Mango using orange or pineapple and mango nectar. So today we are going to do it properly and try to do it based upon what it was that we experienced down at Hocking Hills, where, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. We're going to set this aside. We'll be bottling this here shortly. All right, so we'll be using the Langer's Organic Mango Nectar from Costco. I've also got a bag of coconut flakes. We're not going to be using a brew bag this time. We're just going to go ahead and put that in. I'm curious to see if it's going to dissolve in there. I don't know if the flakes will fully dissolve in there or not, but I want to go ahead and I'm just going to dump it in there. And then when we siphon it out, it'll get removed out through that siphoning process. And then we're using the Kirkland brand Wildflower Honey that I pick up from Costco. We're going to be using about 4 pounds of that as we get going. So let's go ahead and get brewing here. That's good. Okay. So again, as usual, we're going to be starting off in our bucket here. And we're going to go ahead. First we open this and then we're going to give it a shake. When they first seal it, there's no air in there, so you can't really shake it. So we're going to give it a shake now that we've let some air in. Go ahead and add this in. And again, when we're pouring this in, we just let it chug in. We want to get as much oxygen in there as possible. Now the honey has been warming up in a sink full of hot water, so that's going to make it nice and easy to pour. But before we do that, we want to go ahead and take a reading. But before we do that, because we already used this in our other Dango Mango, we need to go sanitize this first so we can take a reading on it. Be right back. All right, and now that we're back with sanitized utensils and as well the lid, and in the airlock here, I have Star San sanitizer water in there just to make sure that we keep everything nice and clean. And we have our graduated cylinder here. It did very well in high school. I'm just going to go ahead and take to see what the reading is without adding any honey first. All right. And All right, without adding any honey, just straight up, this comes in at 1.060 for a weight. So I want to bring the gravity reading up to about 1.114. So grab our calculator here. 45 minus 1.060. That's a 0.85 difference. Each one of these is about, each pound is about 30 gravity points. So 0.030 gravity points. So I'm going to want to put about 3 pounds of honey into here to get it up to roughly what my ideal gravity reading is that I'm shooting for. By the way, we're also going to be using the Lalvin EC1118 yeast because we're going to be having a higher sugar content on something that can be able to work through that. So we're going to go ahead and add in our honey, and we need our stirrer as well. Be right back. All right, and we're back. You know, and we've got our spatula, slotted spatulas this way here. When we're stirring it, it's going to add in more air in there. You know, you'd think with as many years, you know, I've been doing this a couple of years now, before this here, and I had another channel. You'd think that I'd be more prepared before I jump on here. So let's go ahead and add in 3 pounds here. All right, so being a 5-pound container, and usually I use 4 pounds when I'm using this here, but because this has got a high level, I want to start off with 3 pounds. I can always add more. And mix this in. And now let's see what our gravity reading is at. Okay, we're at 1.138. I'm going to add just a little bit more. I'll run that over and get that sanitized here. Just a little bit more here. By the way, I put a mark on it so this way here I know where that 4-pound mark is. Don't make you watch all the stirring. Now, let's see. Actually, at 1.150. I'll take it. All right, so we're starting off at 1.150. Now, at this point, we're going to go ahead and add in our coconut as well. And I've got almost a full bag here. I just opened it up just a little bit. I just wanted to taste it first. Make sure, yep, this is what I want to do. And I'm just going to dump the coconut directly in here. I'll put about, this is 14 ounces. I'm putting about 8 ounces in, 7-8 ounces in. I'll take this. Mix it all in there. I hope this works. I think it will. And because the nature of it is not all so swimming up to the top here. It's not like other fruit where it'd be floating and piling up on top. We do have some floating up on top, towards the top, but it's all, even what's up towards the top is still submerged. So I shouldn't have to, still check on it. Shouldn't have to pop it down very much. Now we're just going to go ahead and pitch our yeast in directly. Stir that in. And before we let that go, before we cap it off, I'm going to go ahead and add some nutrients to it. So, I think that with the mango nectar, there's a lot of nutrients just in that in and of itself. Probably with the coconut also. We're going to be adding some DAP or some diammonium phosphate in here. Give it a little bit more of a kick to go. You don't need much. Follow the instructions. And we'll just mix that in one more time. Go ahead and put the lid on. Again, make sure that your airlock is on the opposite side of your handle so you'll be able to lift it. Now we're going to give this a couple weeks. We'll label it, put it downstairs, give it a couple weeks on it, probably about a weekend, make sure everything's looking okay, and then probably about 2 weeks in, 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully at that point there, the fermentation will have slowed, but we'll just base it upon what the numbers actually show. So with that, give this a shot. Tell me what you think. If you tried the first Dango Mango Mead, let me know what you think about that as well. Until next time, hey, thanks for coming out and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Remember, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. In the meantime, I'm going to have some videos over here to my left. I'll have a subscribe button over here to my right, your left. Take a minute, click on, check out those videos. It'll be some of the newest ones that are out there. Matter of fact, the first one in the lower left-hand corner will have the link to the first Dango Mango Mead, and you'll be able to follow that through up until this video here. So, until next time, thanks again. I appreciate it. Have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Cheers.